in your own life. I have had the incredible opportunity, and I wish everyone here get a chance to be in the Oval Office, and you see him because he's the most transparent president we've ever had. But to watch President Trump, whether it's the Oval Office or the Situation Room or in foreign countries, he does so much, but ultimately his willingness to put America first, apply common sense, and execute peace through strength is the core of what I get a chance to see every day. And you don't, by the way, you don't get peace without the strength part. And that's my department, the strength department. And so I actually think we lead at the Defense Department, or maybe the soon to be the Department of War, for all the right reasons. We lead the biggest peace department in the world. Our job is to be strong and ready and lethal so that you never have to use us. And if you use us, our capabilities are so overwhelming, our threat so looming, that we're able to conclude that mission swiftly and violently to the interests of the United States, or not have to use us at all. So the peace is preserved and deterrence sticks. And I'll never forget President Trump, when he chose me for this job, the first thing he said to me, he said, Pete, you're going to have to be tough. I can't even say the word. Because it's a young crowd, 15, 16, tough as you know what. Tough as you know what. And I said, yes, sir. And boy, was he right. But the next thing he said to me was, Pete, I need you to restore the warrior ethos. I need you to get the military back to basics. We were distracted. Absolutely. Our military, under previous administrations, especially Obama, but then Joe Biden more recently, were distracted by experiments, effectively, in ideology, in social justice, in social engineering, in climate change, and take DEI, CRT, genderism, you name it. Influences were pushed into our formations in ways that made doing our job that much more complicated and difficult. So from day one, we have declared that DEI is dead at DoD. We're going back to gender-neutral, colorblind, merit-based performance standards. We do readiness, we do accountability, we do warfighting, we do lethality. We don't do social experiments. We don't do politics. I don't care in my formations. I mean, I have my political views and you have yours. But I don't care in my formation if you're a Republican or a Democrat. Do you love the country? Have you sworn oath to defend the Constitution? And how good are you at your job? And my job is for you to be prepared in that mission. That's it. It's a back to basics moment, and we've seen the response from young Americans like this crowd has been historic. Recruiting months and months ahead of where it's been under the previous administration. By the way, under the previous administration, they lowered the recruiting goals so they could look like they were filling the ranks, but they actually couldn't even meet the lowered recruiting goals. And this administration, with higher recruiting goals, we're beating them 4 to 5 months ahead of time because the American people want to serve. They want to serve under a commander-in-chief that has their back. And that's why between the Army and the Marine Corps, the Navy, Space Force, Air Force, all are at historic levels of recruiting. I used to call it the Trump bump. That doesn't work anymore. It's a tsunami of response from the American people. And we're grateful that you would entrust with us your greatest resource, which is your young men and women willing to put their life on the line in uniform for the country. We are always going to need that in this nation. The price of freedom is eternal vigilance. And the face of eternal vigilance are those men and women in camouflage willing to stand a watch on behalf of everyone here, giving up the best years of their life because they believe in something greater than themselves. They know we have rights endowed not by government, but by a creator.